Students, welcome to the channel. The topic is how to derive third equation of motion. It is the form in which we write third equation of motion 2as equals to v square minus u square. So, third equation is an equation that relates initial velocity, final velocity, distance moved by the body and acceleration. Students, there are two ways by which we can derive this equation. One is called the graphical method and other is called mathematical method. First, we will derive this equation using graphical method. Student, for this derivation, what we need is the velocity time graph. Here is a velocity time graph. Look at it. In this graph, time is taken along horizontal or x-axis. Velocity is taken along vertical or y-axis. Students, you know the area under velocity time graph represents the distance moved by the body. Now look at this diagram. It is the shape of a trapezium. So to find the area, to find the distance moved by the body, we will calculate the area of this trapezium shaped diagram. So distance is equals to area of this trapezium. Now we will apply the formula that is used to calculate the area of trapezium. OA is the length of one of the two sides which are parallel to each other, and this is the length of shorter side. DB is the length of longer side, and the OD is the length of third side, which is also known as the shorter side. So OA plus DB by 2 multiplied by OD. Now look at the graph. Students, it is clear that the length OD or AC, they are same and both of they represent the time taken. So BD represents final velocity. Look at this, it is BD. This shows the final velocity. And OA or CD both represent the initial velocity. Now replacing these values of OB, DB and OD in this equation with their respective these values. What we get, S equals to V plus U over 2V, the final velocity, U the initial velocity, and T is the time taken. All these values we obtained from this graph. Now referring to first equation of motion, from that we calculated the value of T as this. T is equals to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by acceleration. Now we exert this value of T in this relation. Instead of T, we will write this value that we obtained from first equation of motion. So this equation gets formed like this. S equals to V plus U over 2 multiplied by V minus U over A. Now when these two terms are multiplied, we get the standard form of third equation of motion. That is 2as equals to v square minus u square. This 2 and this a, these both were replaced on the other side and they will be multiplied with s. So it is the third equation of motion. Student, the same relation will now be calculated using mathematical method. In deriving this equation using mathematical method, we use the definition of distance moved is the product of average velocity and time, and it means S equals to V multiplied by T, where the symbol is for average. So it is when average velocity of a body is multiplied by time taken, it gives us the distance moved by the body. Putting the value of average, final plus initial divided by 2, or you can also say that minimum plus maximum divided by 2, that will give you average value of this velocity. Now again, from first equation of motion, T is equals to V minus U over A. Putting this value of T in this relation, we get S equals to v plus u over 2 multiplied by the value, inserting this value of t here, v minus u over a. Now again multiplying these two terms will give the standard form of third equation of motion, that is 2as is equals to v square minus u square. I hope you liked the video, and if you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you for sparing your time. Take care of you.